shout out to MJL23 Dan too, because me and him had a conversation earlier this week about this. And Nike just keep taking hits. But you got the Vanessa Bryant situation where you at the Mambacita. Really, it's supposed to be the Mambacita, but they were calling her like Mamba Forever or whatever. Fine, whatever. We know what she was talking about, right? The Kobe 6. Now, up until this week, I think everybody knew those shoes were coming out. Or at least we thought we were, right? We see the leaked photos and stuff. Well, and it's funny because
Foot Patrol got them.
Huh?
Foot Patrol, I think, in London actually received.
They got inventory. So here's what's funny.
Chris Middleton had a pair on in the game.
Yeah, so here's what's funny. As I started thinking about this more and more, earlier in the year, they was like, okay, we got 2 more Kobe releases left, right? That would have been the Hall of Fame and the Del Sol colorways. Mm-hmm. So this would have been a third unknown colorway. So these started leaking around a couple weeks ago.
The red Grinches.
These leaked.
I don't think. I think that was just speed.
But they started leaking photos of this shoe. Everybody was expecting these to come out. Vanessa Bryant had to find out via social media this way. And here's the thing, man. There's a number of things I want to address about this situation. One, I can see why she would be pissed off. As Kobe Bryant's wife, as the mother of Gigi, right? You got to find out this way. You made a shoe. You designed a shoe to pay tribute to your husband and to your daughter. You had to find out through social media that, one, the shoe was supposed to be coming out. 2, you didn't get a pair, but yet you see Chris Middleton and everybody else with pairs. 3, y'all already allegedly, according to her, had a discussion where this shoe wasn't going to come out. And the proceeds were supposed to go to the foundation. So I can understand why she's pissed off.
But here's the thing, though. From reading her Instagram comments, this wasn't how she envisioned it. It's missing the halo. It's missing butterflies.
Oh, that's even more reason.
That's what they was like. That's not the shoe. Everything I wanted, they told me no. So I'm like, well, scratch it then. If I can't have this on it, you still make the shoes.
If that's true, that's even more fun. That makes it even worse.
Said. That's what's on there. So it's just like, my thing is, if you're gonna do that, why'd you leave her name on there? Why'd you leave the number?
So there's a number of things that people need to take into consideration, because reading the comments almost had me losing my fucking mind. And I remember I told
and she holding it down like Kobe would too.
Yeah. So let me say this. First of all, some of y'all in the comments are trash. Like, I actually sat back and reading the comments, and I was like, you know what? Thanos is right. like half of y'all need to go.
You really wanted to snap your finger?
Half of y'all need to go. Right. So that's one.
All right, Bill Gates.
So two. No, half of his bank account about to go. half of his net worth is about to go. That's what's about to go with him. But no. So Vanessa Bryant, like you said, that is Kobe's widow. I'm pretty sure out of anybody on this planet who knew what Kobe wanted, it was his wife. All this conjecture about, she got all this money from Kobe and all this other stuff, as if she wasn't his wife. As if Kobe, look, I'm pretty sure Kobe knew what he was doing when he married her. He stayed married to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he left everything to her.
And she been handling his business affairs.
Like, how y'all gonna sit here without no knowledge, sitting up here shitting on her decision making? Well, she don't know what it takes. Oh, but you do?
Only thing she ever asked for wasn't about money, just make my shoes more accessible.
What is she? Thank you.
Give Kobe's daughter a pair for them to wear.
Like, she asked. Thank you. She asked for more pairs for people in the community to have. She asked for them to make a kids line. She asked for a lifetime deal for her husband. Those are the things she asked for. She ain't asked for nothing.
Reasonable things.
Things that
her son, her husband.
What? I don't know.
Is the most worn basketball shoe in the NBA.
So that makes me wonder. You know how we always talk about, who are the people that are making the decisions?
Yeah.
Who the hell are the people that are making even the higher up decisions that can't see?
So this goes into
that can't see to make the decision to be able to just acquiesce to her request.
Yeah, and so we know the shoe was gonna come out because, to what Dunk said earlier, Foot Patrol had an inventory. They accidentally sent a pair to somebody who had made an order for another pair of Kobe's, right? And they said on the wrong
Del Sols or whatever they were.
So we know Nike made plans to sell this shoe.
But now, because of these circumstances, whether we like it or not, of course, the prices have beyond skyrocketed.
Of course. I'm not surprised.
And Foot Patrol is in a position where they sent out an email and contacted everyone and said, we're sorry, we'll give you your money back if you return them. No one's going to do that.
No, hell no.
No. Yeah, they got to eat that loss.
No, that loss is that's gone.
That's a black eye on them, but it's one of those situations.
Are they in the wrong?
No, Nike's on the wrong.
No, Foot Patrol. Foot Patrol made an honest to God mistake.
Yeah, they made
that was a mistake.
They made an honest mistake, but they're gonna be the ones that are gonna get casted some blame.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't, but just because of the situation,
Yeah,
their name is going to get brought up.
Those people would be
But
dumb.
my thing is, how do you ship out numerous pairs of the wrong shoes? We worked in stores.
No, I
right?
don't
Where
think
we
they sent
got
out numerous. I thought it was just one.
No, I think it was a couple of them.
No, it was a few.
It was a
I
couple
mean,
of
shit
people.
happens.
It was enough to the point where they were trying to take sales down.
Okay.
Yes.
What's also not clear though was Nike wholesaling these to other retailers.
Yeah. What other retailers? I don't. I mean, the only one I know of was a Foot Patrol.
Yeah, but I'm saying for all we know, a whole bunch of European shops got them and just didn't fuck up. So
Yeah.
either way, that's even worse for the Bryant family.
But that's
Yeah.
bad for Foot Patrol as well.
And
that's
wouldn't
what I
even
said, like, because I'm-
And now,
Because once
if,
again, that's
if
an
all
honest
these
mistake.
other stores have them and didn't release them,
Right.
you got to know there's going to be some corrupt, for lack of a better word, store employee who's going to see the value and some are going to go missing and be sold.
Oh, you know that for a fact. But I'm saying, had this situation not happened, it would be a simple process of them returning the shoes and them sending out the right pair. Because this has happened before. We've seen people get the wrong
But here's
shoe.
my thing. As soon as she didn't
before.
sign that deal, you should have asked for them shoes back.
Say what?
As soon as she didn't sign that deal, you should have asked for them shoes back.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And that's the part I want to get back to. The fact that she had to find out the way she did, the fact that y'all had some type of agreement, to me, and mind you, and I got to say this too, man, because there's a lot of baggage added on to this situation, one of which Nike has yet to say anything publicly. So therefore, the only side that's being told right now is Vanessa's. And so I actually had a conversation with somebody from Nike, and it seemed like they took offense at the fact that I was like, yo, y'all need to do something about this. Y'all need to handle this. And they were like, well, we are. You know, like they took offense to it. Like, you know, like.
Who's the head of Nike basketball?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's two different things. You got like performance, and you got this will be like on the.
There's
retro
so
side.
many VPs and
but that's what I'm
executives.
saying. Is like there should be at least that one kind of like singular go-to person that should be like the head of Nike basketball.
You would think.
that would be able to come out.
but
and
my
make a
point is-
Nike
statement.
PR, who I think would be Heidi Burgett, should be the one handling this or making.
The point is,
amends.
though, the point I'm trying to make is Nike, y'all got to understand, yeah, y'all selling shoes, but PR-wise, y'all have had one
My
of the
thing
shittiest
is,
years.
what they could have did was,
I can't get
this is
thought
a
of.
simple fix, right?
Nah.
You make
No.
the shoes,
Damn.
they didn't sell. I mean, she didn't renew her deal. You can't sell them. Donate all the pairs to Vanessa. Let her auction them off so she can get the most money for
They're
the
not gonna do
foundation
that.
as possible.
That's not even a possibility.
How? How
They
is
not,
that
no,
possible?
I agree with you. That would be the right thing to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's.
I'm just.
Nike
But you can't
has-
sell
doing
the
that.
shoe though. So what you
Nike
gonna do? With
has
it?
no morals.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sell the shoe when it leaks out. It's
Listen,
gonna be
that-
bad.
and
on you.
that's the point I was going to get to.
Oh.
And this is what I tried to have the conversation with the person I talked to. Y'all need to do something publicly. Y'all need to say something publicly, even if it's just an apology, right? Even if you just say, you know what, we sorry for the lack of communication. That's a lot better than not saying anything, because right now y'all look like assholes, right? And now, mind you, you are having one of the worst PR years ever, from the Marcus Jordan situation to bots to Ann Herbert to
They're currently doing a good job against bots. I'm having a hard fucking time.
whatever. I'm
Yeah,
just
'cause
saying.
they're saying-
Because
PR
everything's
wise,
draw.
Hey, y'all got your name back.
PR
Yeah, I'm
wise,
back.
PR wise, y'all having a horrible year. Y'all need to do a better job of communicating with the public, or
Just
controlling
transparency.
controlling the narratives, because right now she is giving it to y'all, and you know they took offense to it. But I'm like, if y'all not saying anything and we don't see it, I'm not about to sit here and assume that y'all doing something.
How did they take offense to it?
Because they're like, I'm supposed to just know they're doing something about it. Now, I guess I can understand. In my mind, I can imagine Nike saw it, and I'm pretty sure somebody reached out to contact her. Problem is, that's some shit you should have did before she had to go on Instagram.
Right, agreed.
And people get like, well, why is she going to Instagram? This is what people do when they try to handle things behind the scenes and it don't go nowhere. So, yeah, then they call you out publicly. That happens all the time. I guarantee you she tried to reach out to somebody at Nike. Either they blew her off or didn't get back to her in time.
Well, I got one more question.
And she gotta go get. Now
When-
she gotta find out what pairs were sold or given away, and then try to.
Well, there's
recoup
multiple
royalties for it.
departments, and it's probably just too
But-
many layers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
it's a lot of bureaucracy.
But didn't they leak images of this shoe like about maybe
Yeah,
a month ago?
and that was my point. That was my whole point. This picture, first, it's so much to dive into. That's a great point that you brought up, and the reason that's a great point is because I was Nike hawks online. They hawk social media for every mention about them, every single mention about them, right? To the point where they actually create files on people like me when they talk shit about them, right? That's what they do.
I love
I'm not
you,
bullshitting
Nike.
you. I'm not bullshitting you. So I know they saw the leaked photos. like everybody else. At no point in time did they, once again, publicly come out and say, you know what, this shoe is not coming out. But we know it was going to come out because they sent the inventory. This is why they didn't say anything. Right. So this comes down to either they did some shit behind her back or there's some miscommunication. Either way, that's Nike's fault because you are paying people, I don't know how much money, either too much or not enough to handle this shit. You are a $1 billion company doing $2 company shit. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm not even getting paid to think of the shit that that we come on here in the show and talk about. We doing this shit for free. Y'all paying people to do this shit. Why is this still an issue? They're not listening to their employees. They're not listening to us in the community, and they're not listening to their retail partners.
So they're gonna start tapping phones now.
Hey,
who we talking to see?
I don't think there's no one single person to take responsibility, and I think it's like a groupthink issue where it's like the nature of business in itself.
From what I gather, is people at the top making these decisions, not listening to anybody because they just know better, right?
They just have shareholders and dollar
exactly.
signs.
So they're making all these moves, like we talked about earlier this year. They're talking about pivoting from storytelling to technology. You don't have to do one or the other. You can do both. Guru said that on that show, and we made the point plenty of other times. You can do both, right? But because y'all are so singular-minded, and the problem is, the arrogance comes in the fact that they're number one. They're the number one brand, and y'all have dope product. That's what's saving y'all. Y'all got dope product, and y'all don't have any real competition.
Like
that's what it comes down
to. Your old product is giving you a flow.
I think we've always made the comparison. They are literally the WWE. What's that? Like when they bought WCW. There is literally no competition.
Right now, I wouldn't even say that. Right now, they are the WWF in the early 90s where they don't have a competition. And God forbid there is a WCW that comes out of nowhere and gives you a run for your money. Adidas almost did it a couple years ago, and you see how that got y'all shook, right? So, point is, y'all need to start.
is about to run wild.
Nobody thought the Titanic was going to sink until it sunk, right? What sunk that ship was a lot of things that came in, a lot of luck, a lot of bad luck, but also a lot of arrogance. A lot of arrogance was involved in some of the decision makers that caused that ship to sink. And I see that same thing happening in Nike. I see a lot of arrogance.
I got a picture of the Titanic in the book.
Do you?
Yeah, it's one of the last pages.
Find it. Point is, I was trying to hit Gino. Point is,
you did.
Good.
You know who does have a voice that could do something? Other athletes. LeBron. He could take a stand publicly.
Yeah. They're not, though. They're not. What's his leverage? What's his leverage? He got a lifetime deal. Where you going?
Yep.
I'm just saying, of all people that have a voice,
if anybody, Michael Jordan would have the most.
Michael Jordan ain't saying nothing.
Of course not.
But what's funny though is I think that is why they are trying to make the shift more into technology. I think them as an actual performance footwear provider in terms of style, it is going to completely go away, and it will be all about technology and performance. Because clearly they don't care what the community thinks anyway.
But they don't even care what their own employees say. Let's not forget that there was a protest just about a little over a year and a half ago. And for what I hear, there's still a lot of bad blood about that.
At least there's no more children labor.
That we know of.
I'm just saying,
that's a communist country, though.
I'm just sitting there tired of Nike just giving their ass to hand around and kiss. Like, look, y'all the big brand right now, but I don't owe you shit.
But that we have to what Ross say. Watch this whole debacle, so I'm partly to blame. We as people continue to support
100%.
them.
I take responsibility in my part.
Dog, I'm guilty of it too. I was like, Vanessa, I'm with you. I will later bought some dunks. So it got to be more discipline from us as a
But she should not be in that position, though. Once again,
shoes are addicting and it's not fair.
Huh?
Shoes are addicting and it's not fair. And people, even if we have like a moral stance or want to do something, it's fucking hard not to.
Listen, I'm not holding my breath, but I always say
this is more of a reason to buy those Air Kais instead of Air Jordan.
Exactly, man.
I was going to say,
Stick it to him, see?
Yeah, there you go.
Air Kais,
if there was ever an argument, Gino.
Air Kais, see?
I want somebody to take note of this. Gino, how long you been on the show?
Longer than me.
What, like 3 years now?
That may be the smartest thing you ever said in your life.
What, he?
You. That might be the smartest thing you ever said. Like that was the most compelling argument you made for anything. Slow clap. Everybody just join in.
You said a couple smart things.
All right, Gino.
You said a couple smart things before that.
Yeah.
This man is trophy.
It really is my trophy because it was given to you in sympathy before I left.